Hello and welcome to Coffee Milk. I'm Mark Laporte.
And I'm Mitch DiPaolo.
And hey, 2 weeks in a row, but I'm so proud of you. You figured out it was Friday.
Yep. I know. I messed up. Keep rubbing it in.
I was afraid
I deserve it.
I was afraid we weren't going to be able to get it done in time because I had to edit a video for
The shop?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
And I just finished that. I'm still waiting. I texted my boss an hour ago asking him for the title of the video because he is very specific about this stuff. And he always yells at me when I get the wrong title. I'm like, no, this makes sense, but whatever. So still waiting for that. It's uploading it. It's amazing how a 10-minute video takes an hour and a half to process. I just don't understand why.
My 6-minute video on that battery charger took a while to process. I remember I was like, what? It takes forever.
It really does. That's why I want to do it now. I want to try and get it up at 4 or 5 because those seem to be peak times for YouTube. So, hoping he texts back. Usually this guy is always on his phone, but today apparently he doesn't want to text me.
Oh, well, hopefully he texts back soon.
This episode, I thought we'd go over more blue-collar side hustles. We've been doing a lot of different side hustles in the last few episodes. It's just pretty much what's going on in our lives because we're too stupid to make an episode about one specific topic. But I think that's what makes us unique. We have ADHD, and we're what'd you say last week?
Hopefully some people out there can connect.
We're the broken entrepreneurs.
Yes, we're the broken entrepreneur podcast.
If we're going to rebrand soon. Like us, you'll, appreciate it, I hope.
Yeah, so we got some more in-person side hustles, kind of blue-collar, like cleaning for other people, stuff like that.
And it's not like police officer, plumber, electrician, although, if you can go into a trade, pick a trade.
Trades are hot right now.
Well, trades are always going to be hot. You're always going to need an electrician. You're always going to need a plumber.
You see Mike Rowe going around a lot. The guy, he runs the television show, Dirty Jobs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love Mike Rowe.
Yeah, me too. I saw him on a interview the other week, and he was saying how all of these trades and different types of jobs that he shows a lot, they're all going to be in high demand now because of all of this huge push for the work from home.
There's always going to be building. There's always going to be a whole bunch of stuff. And a lot of jobs people don't want to do. I love it when he does the really, really, really dirty jobs, septic stuff, or really get in.
Get all suited up and go down into a sewer drain.
Oh, God forbid you have a scratch or something. Yeah, you'd want to be suited up for that. You don't want to get infected with whatever's down there.
Oh, gosh. Ugh.
I don't know. Today's day and age, nobody wants to do that stuff anymore.
Nobody.
It's all remote work. It's all online.
Everyone grows up on tech and wants to work with it too.
It's not bad to learn that stuff, but you really got to go back to basics for certain things. And if you want a job immediately in the field you're actually studying for, then get a trade.
Yeah, I hear that welders do really well, especially specialty welding.
You can weld anywhere.
And pipe welding.
100%.
Pipe welding pays an insane amount. But that's really hard because you're welding a pipe that's going to hold pressure. So it's if you mess up at all, you're going to be in big trouble.
They'll know if you mess up because
they test it all.
They have actually x-rays. If you go down to electric boat.
Oh, yeah. I did hear that there was a position for
x-ray tech.
Yes, x-ray tech.
Yeah.
Just kind of x-ray maybe behind a wall or something, or like you said, a pipe.
If you see a crack in it or something, you got to
insane.
Yeah, you got to grind it out. You got to re-weld that thing because you don't want a problem in a submarine.
No, you don't. You don't. Yeah, but there's some insane technology at Electric Boat.
If you wanted to, you could totally get a job at Electric Boat.
Oh, I know. I've been offered by multiple people. And I just haven't gone there because I'm just crazy.
It's a hell of a job.
Yeah.
But they just constantly have work. They got another contract from the government to build a whole bunch of submarines. I would have done it, but I really like what I do. Because it's not just one straight job, it's multiple. You see, right now I'm editing video. A couple of weeks ago, I was making palm fronds for a restaurant.
Yeah.
We're working on a Studebaker car. You're just all over the place.
Exactly.
It's perfect for my ADHD.
Yeah.
I get bored, I just move to something else.
Yep.
I got a buddy who, his name's Henry. He's a stick welder at Electric Boat. But the crazy part is, he's actually got to learn. I've seen some of the containers he's got to get into. It's really small, tight areas, and he has to weld backwards. So he uses a mirror and he welds. I can't use a mirror to buzz my head correctly, and this guy's doing it to weld.
Wow.
And if
that's some insane skill right there.
Greatest thing is, if you were a welder, all you need to do is, you don't even need to have your equipment. Just live in a van. If you want to go travel the country, you can get a job anywhere at any time being a welder. They need them in the oil fields. They need them just for regular pipes.
No, that's totally true. Like, welding is in demand everywhere. Just like you said, like, if anything is being built, it needs to be welded, and things need to be fixed constantly. So
if you're a guy and you don't know, I feel like that's one of the essential things. Every guy needs to know how to weld. You should want to
learn how to weld so bad. I almost picked up my dad's welder the other day, but it's like, I don't know, I just didn't.
It's very easy. You got settings, you got the voltage.
Yeah,
it's
the voltage, the wire speed, and then you need to make sure you have the right amount of gas coming out.
Oh, well, like the regulator
regulated itself, but
yeah, I just turn on the damn cans. It's all regulated. I know, got the right amount of pressure, but God, pick up the welder.
I want to do it so bad.
I don't.
It's so satisfying.
I got a whole bunch
people
of scrap
do it
metal
right
downstairs.
So, yeah, we have scrap metal at the house too.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, we got a bunch of that stuff.
It's like, there's nothing better. If you can use a hot glue gun, if you can use a soldering iron, you can weld.
Yeah.
If I can weld,
I enjoy soldering, but the lead in the solder, that's so bad for you.
Oh, see, you're always paranoid about that stuff. See,
yeah,
I don't come from that.
Well, I'm not though. I'll get like carburetor cleaner all over my hands. I don't even care. Brake cleaner, just all over the hands.
I have lacquer thinner on my hands at least 57 times a day.
I hear it's like it can lead to liver disease.
Yep. That's okay. I don't plan on being around much longer.
Scary. I've been trying to use gloves more, like those latex gloves, but I can't use them. I feel like the dexterity in my hands just goes away. It's gone.
It does.
It's no longer there.
You don't have the feeling on the tips.
You can't unscrew anything.
The latex gloves don't work for me.
Me neither.
Because sometimes, I work in the shop, so I always have cuts on my hands. And when I put those gloves on, one of those cuts will always get infected, and then it just kind of blows up a finger or something.
That's not good.
It's the sweat, or I don't know what it is. My body's just stupid.
I don't know.
So, welding. Okay, it's not a job I would have normally talked about because it's just more traditional, I would say, like a plumber and everything, but I can't.
But it's a really good specialty to go into.
If you can dive, if you go in the ocean and you can be an underwater welder,
and that's insane.
Just
a whole nother level.
You name your price, $120 an hour, doesn't matter. Just underwater stick weld, and it's very easy. You just got to be able to be in a wetsuit on an oxygen tank and
weld.
Yeah, but yeah, I'd like to do that actually. I will never do it, but it sounds like a good thought.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it for welding and electric boat. But I think you should think about that, or something else I thought about. Town, you know how we got the Department of Public Works around here?
Yeah.
The blue truck guys.
Yes.
You should totally get it. If you could get a job in this town.
I'd be so bored.
Doesn't matter.
Just drive around all day.
Great pension. I see most of those people at Dunkin' Donuts all the time. Or there's 12 guys and one guy's digging a hole. You'd be the guy digging a hole and you'd have the 11 supervisors around you, but it's still a hell of a job. And if there were ever any openings, I would consider jumping on that position.
Yeah, I could.
But that's if you want to go the traditional route, just straight blue-collar job. But if you want to do more blue-collar side hustles, I don't know. What do you got?
You go on YouTube today and you go online, Google, YouTube, whatever it be, and all you have is articles and videos claiming, like, here's how to make $500 a day. Here's how to make $100 a day. Here's how to make $1,500 a month. And it's like, no, none of these things work like that. And most of the money is now made in recording, talking about a side hustle, and putting out videos on it. Because it's like a hijack on the human psychology.
100%.
Especially if you already have that mindset of where it could be possible. A lot of the things that you see online, they will work in theory, and maybe you'll get a couple people, but it's like these like ideas for making quick money really don't work that well. So it's like,
you'll see the numbers on those videos too. It'll be like 47,000 views and it's only 2 days old, and it's how to make $500 a day. Now, of those 47,000 views, maybe 400 people actually try it. And of those 400 people, maybe 40 actually continue with it long enough to make a sale, or whatever the whole objective of that video is. Maybe 4 at the end actually stick with it. It's just insane, the numbers of people that'll watch the video versus the number of people who take action and stick with it. It's that's why sometimes I find those videos to be funny, because most of them, if you watched every one of those, you'd see they're probably like top 3 things: selling digital products on Etsy.
That's why I was trying to say that earlier, because I was watching this morning, and it's just like all the creators are saying the same few side hustles. Like the ones that we are going to talk about today, or I'm going to talk about, have all been repeated like a million times. I'm literally just going to say it.
Really?
Yeah.
You got regurgitated one? I got ones that you probably haven't thought of.
First thing I got is you can go to people's houses and either ask if they want their windows clean, so you can start a window cleaning business. People actually are okay with you doing that, and I've seen a lot of like local people doing it as well. And then another thing that you can do that's kind of interesting is you could do it in multiple ways. So you know how each house has a number, and a lot of times like some houses won't even have a number, like they'll just never get one, or it was on the mailbox and it wore off. So what you can do is you can go up to someone's door and knock on the door and pitch to them that if they don't have a house number or it's not clear, you could paint it on their curb right outside their mailbox, like right in front of their house. And you could say that like, this is actually really good for your house because the mailman can see it way easier. You won't get messed up packages anymore. And if you ever had a fire or something like that, or if maybe someone was coming to your house to drop something off, they would just find it easier because it would stand out. It's like not all your neighbors have a number painted right on your curb. So that would be a little good thing to try.
That's a great actual little side hustle.
I thought that was kind of cool because it was unique. I didn't really see that one anywhere else, but like one account was like talking about it. So.
It wouldn't work for Scituate because we have no curbs.
Yeah.
That's just not, you have them in town, but that's maybe, what, 300
but
feet?
Another, like you could kind of expand into other ideas. Like you could repaint it on someone's mailbox. You could design quality outdoor stickers with all different numbers and do it that way too. Stuff like that. I mean, that would work for like any other products. You could.
No, that's the thing. With the fire department, they had these green, like reflective things, the green reflective sign. And yeah, for, I don't know, $20-25, they'd put it all together, put your number on it, and then just mail it out to you. Now, it might have cost them $12, and for the extra 13, you just put numbers on a placard and then send it to the guy.
Yeah.
So it's a great way to make quick money. It's definitely a cool side hustle. Plus, I can't tell you the number of times it's in Scituate, you can't read house numbers. Everybody's got trees in front of their house, and then you got long driveways. You're like, well, is this a driveway or is this a road? Because, well, I mean, we still got dirt roads out here, too. Yeah. You don't even know.
So you could maybe come up with something different, like that could go on a tree or a fence post or something like that.
Or if you wanted to go even crazier, get a rock, a big old rock, and write the...
People love to do that around there.
Everybody's got a big rock with the house number on the road. I couldn't imagine what that would cost, and then ship
That's the Rhode Island Scituate version. Go up to people's doorsteps. Don't ask them if they want their windows clean. They'll tell you to screw up. But if you tell them that you're going to put a massive rock in their front lawn with their house numbers on it, they'll be like, oh.
Tell me more.
Wait. I've been seeing those. I might want one for my yard.
Everybody's got to keep up with... Yeah, somebody's got a millstone out in their yard. Everybody's got to have a millstone.
So
this town's crazy.
Exactly. I guess what we're trying to say here is you need to find a specific demand or trend, and then you have a shot at selling something more than just, going up to someone's house and doing the classic, oh, do you want your window or dryer vent cleaned?
Yes, but
like you got to think outside the box.
Definitely.
Like the rock in the front lawn. It's like, that's a perfect idea. Because people actually pay for those things to be made already. So
and it's big money. It doesn't take much. As long
as you probably get a sandblaster and do that yourself with a template. You just have to find the rocks.
You think they do that with a sandblaster?
Yeah, you could do that with a sandblaster to etch in the number.
Those are pretty deep. That's like 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch thick.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe not that. But I was
thought they
talking
actually were
like,
doing it by hand because I know how to do it. I have the whole chisel set, the hammers.
really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know me and rocks. I love my rocks.
Yeah, you're crazy.
So I've done everything with rocks. I've done
You're a rock
stone
man.
carving. I've done all kinds of crazy shit. I love rocks.
Stone carving. That's nuts.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, there's a good side hustle for you. There's a lot of people who buy just whole specimens of rock, and they don't want the whole specimen. They want it sliced up. So if you buy a wet saw, you could just be that guy. And if you are that guy, just let me know. I have people to send your way because they just want slab, like 1/4-inch slabs of their specimen. And you get, I don't know, maybe $10-20 a slab just to cut it. And that's just putting it in the saw, and the saw does all the work. So
How big?
it depends on the saw you got, but you can go
How big do they want?
as big as the specimen. So if it's a big boulder and they want it slabbed, then you'd have to have a saw that could slab a big boulder.
Like 8
But
times?
I'm talking about, something small, maybe size of a softball or bigger, a little bit bigger.
That's not bad.
Because I got a tile saw. Everybody bitches about this tile saw, saying it's too fast for cutting rocks. But I got a beautiful blade, cuts it no problem, and the damn thing's from Harbor Freight, and I've been slabbing rocks for years. Good stuff. But
You've been slabbing rocks for years.
Oh yeah, with that thing. They're just like, oh, it's gonna kill you, huh? So you got that. You could polish the rocks, you can tumble the rocks, but that's kind of boring, and you don't really make that much from that. But there's a billion ways. Stone carving is really cool, and I find it to be meditative. And then there are these guys who make like that crazy New Zealand, like, I don't know if I'm saying it right, like Maori designs out of jade. Next year, do you want to go to the Tucson? I want to go to the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show because it's in like anything you've ever seen. You know how we got the Situate Art Festival or something?
Yeah,
Well,
that's uncomparable. It's like a convention center filled. 2 floors, you said?
No, it's not just the convention center. It's the town. Like Tucson is practically shut down.
It's a town.
It's Tucson, Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Tucson, Arizona, everybody's there. It's on the streets. It's in convention centers. It's in hotel rooms. It's there. It's just everywhere. You can just throw a rock, literally, and you hit a rock dealer. But it's the coolest thing, and I always want to go. And my friends always go every year, and they have like crazy booths, and they always need help and everything. But I just want to go and finally meet all my rock friends. And
oh my gosh!
Oh God, I'm so giddy about it. But
we're gonna go, and I'm gonna buy a bunch of crystals and resell them.
How you're gonna be that guy?
Yep.
You could great deals. And I'll do you one better. Instead of buying them, how about we go to Arkansas and we get them? Arkansas has the best crystals on the planet. Like the quartz is just so clear and so beautiful.
You mine it?
Yeah.
Really?
You just go to the Arkansas quartz mine and you pay the guy, I don't know, I think it's going to be like $300, but this guy will use the backhoe and he'll just move mountains for you to get at like a quartz vein.
That's insane.
Yeah, and whatever you get from the quartz vein would be yours. I think there's like a rule with them. It's only up to a certain amount, which is kind of bullshit because the whole point of mining is to finding,
a bunch.
Yeah, exactly. But
That's cool.
It's beautiful. And that reminds me, have I ever told you, this is way off topic, but have you ever heard of the crystal skull?
No.
Oh. Have you ever seen Indiana Jones?
The crystal skull.
Yeah, it's the last
maybe I would
sucked.
Maybe I would know it if I saw it on Indiana Jones, but
well, I think there's like 7 that have been found around the world, maybe 5, don't know that exact number, but the one I'm talking about is called I believe it's the Mitchell Hedges skull. And this cool story behind it, this girl and her father, I believe, had an expedition in Mexico, and they had come across, obviously you're in the jungles, and they had come across maybe a little opening out of stone, and the guy couldn't get down, but he sent his maybe 10 or 11-year-old daughter down this hole, and there she finds this beautiful crystal skull. Let me pull up a picture for you. Yeah, come take a look at the skull.
That's insane.
It's wild. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's the crystal skull. Holy. And I don't think they can date it.
Wow, that's crazy.
Wildest part about it is they sent it to Hewlett-Packard because they want to see how it was made. And they don't find tool marks. They don't find anything on this thing. It's perfect. They say for this to be made, somebody would have just had to have practically rubbed it for hundreds of years. Just rubbed it to like smooth it out, because it's just wild. But there's a whole theory about it that there might be 10 or 11 different skulls, and once they find them all and like put them together, that's when they unlock the secrets of the universe or some bullshit. Because Hewlett-Packard said in their silicon crystal chips, it can hold so much information. So this thing would be able to hold just gobs of information as like a chip. And that's where they kind of came up with the theory that if you have them all together, it's like unlock something. I don't know. But the Mitchell Hedges skull, beautiful, wild thing. It was a really cool story.
That's incredible.
It could be up to 12,000 years old. 12,000 years old, and they make a beautiful skull like that.
Wow.
You know what I say to that? Aliens.
Yep. I don't know what could have done that. That's like a beautifully sculpted crystal skull. Like, I don't know. That's insane.
All right, sorry for going off topic.
Rocks.
Yeah. If it has to do with rocks, I will have whole episodes on rocks.
You got any good ideas that you came up with?
I love how you came up with 2 when those were over in about 45 seconds.
Okay, I got selling your poop. You can sell your poop.
I already knew about that, but I think the prices are completely different now. I thought I read, and you put this in your newsletter, right?
$1,500 a month.
Insane, because it used to be $75 per sample.
Wow.
Yeah, and they do it for gut bacteria.
Yeah.
I don't want to even get into that, but that's just... Whatever comes out of your body, apparently you can just sell it, except snots. I don't think there's a market for that. No. But the company, I think, is in Massachusetts.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in Cambridge, Mass.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And they only... I don't know how many samples you could provide, but it's not like everybody can do it. You have to have a certain...
Yeah,
maybe
I think you have to get blood
bacteria
tested before, too.
Yes.
And all of that. But that's pretty crazy. Like, you can... in 2023, sell your poop and collect it and package it and ship it on a daily or weekly basis and get money.
My buddy,
it's insane.
Brian, the guy who was on the podcast, he'd be a millionaire by now.
Yeah, like, that's pretty crazy. Like, if you're actually dedicated about it and you've signed up and tried, I bet you could do it. That's just like selling plasma.
I don't know what you get for that, because I was always told I can't donate anything because I used to live in the UK and they're worried about mad cow disease.
Mad cow disease.
But plasma, I think you get a good amount for that too, and you're really helping a lot of people with that. What is it? One donation, 7 people?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Another cool thing I came up with was, this is like a dumb internet trend probably that's not going to last, and people are kind of just hopping on the trend, but maybe it will. I don't know. So picture this. Busy mom is home, maybe working on a computer or something, or a dad is, and they cannot keep their kids entertained. They just can't keep them doing something. So people are coming out with virtual babysitter platforms. So there's this one called VB, and apparently it's kind of just like other babysitter platforms. You sign up as either a sitter or a client, and then you kind of just scroll through your options, and you'll see all the different people from all the different places in the world and language speaking that will sit there and watch your kid on Zoom or whatever the platform may be. Maybe the platform itself has a video call integrated into it. I'm not sure. But it's called VB, and I guess it ranges from about $45 to $5 an hour. So it's like you got all different types of people just actually babysitting.
I'm on a website, Virtual Babysitters Clubs, right now.
Yep, that's one of them as well.
It's almost like having your own personalized, not cartoon show, because it's not cartoon, but it's like having your own personalized Mr. Rogers, because I'm seeing art activities, adventure games, and some of these setups are really cool. It's just a green screen. They got beautiful stuff, but educational games, wow, it's actually...
I mean, if you're interactive with the kid, you give them attention, and you can find interactive ways to babysit over a computer, whether that be them doing arts and crafts and you teaching or playing a game together, like there's potential there, I guess. And it would, if it, like, say, like, I don't know, this probably wouldn't be the best idea for an at-home situation unless you had, like, those in-house cameras everywhere or something like that. And you would, like, text the mom, be like, your kid's getting out.
That's
like, imagine you're just, like, babysitting these kids, and it's just, like, you have to call the mom, and you're like, yeah, I don't know where he went. He went out the back door. Haven't heard from him.
he went off the computer screen. We're in trouble.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know, but no, I guess if you have the parent there.
Yeah, if you have the parent there and you need to get work done or something at the house.
You almost hate putting your kid in front of the TV all the time, but at least it's back and forth.
Well, parents these days aren't going to care. They're kind of going to care, but they're not going to be able to control it. It's just...
It is what it is.
Invested our world.
Yeah, this is how things is changing.
It's just
virtual
everywhere.
Babysitters.
Yeah.
You can do everything.
Nuts, huh?
You can weld virtually.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sorry.
We talked about this in the last episode a while ago, but you can also, like, just put out a gig on Fiverr or Upwork. It's literally just as simple as that. Kind of look at other people's gigs and start at, like, a decent price. Just follow the market trend and just put up a gig for an empathetic listener. Like, you literally just listen to people and their problems and maybe, like, talk back a little bit or, like, I don't know, try and help them out. And then a step up from that, you can be, like, a personal life coach.
Which is wild because
yeah.
I don't even know what that...
I was seeing, like, $5 for a, like, 30-minute text message, and then, like, $10 for, like, a phone call, and then, like, $30 for a video call. And that was, like, a 1 hour, like, thing.
I think the $30 was actually half hour. It was almost as if it was $1 a minute.
Yeah. That's insane, huh?
I saw one guy, that's all his shtick is. And he's just gotten so many reviews, and I'm just thinking, wow, I almost want to book a call with him just to see what his calls are like, because that's just wild to me. You get paid to listen. Of course, we have therapists, but this is just call me up on the phone and I'll talk to you, and it's $1 a minute. I don't know. It's wild. What a time to be alive. One thing that they are lacking is land surveyors, and for every land survey it's about anywhere from $900 to $1,500
to set up a camera at the right level and just, like,
they just draw out the boundary lines to the property you own. They'll put a couple of pegs in there and stake the ground, and that's it.
They're going to be out of business, actually. I remember watching this YouTube video now where this guy had to survey his land and he didn't want to hire a land surveyor, so he used Google. And it was all certified, too, with the town.
They say Class 4 and Class 5. I don't know what the difference between the two classes are. But Class 4, you need a bachelor's degree. In surveying, I honestly thought it was just a certificate. But for Class 5, it seems to be just a certificate and experience working with the land surveyor, which is wild to me. I don't understand how that whole thing is. You need 7 years experience to be a land surveyor, but you have to have 7 years working with a land surveyor to be a land surveyor. So I wonder if every state's different, but that's one thing that they are lacking. I know a guy down the road, my neighbor's nephew, he's got jobs coming up for the next 9 months. He has to keep pushing them out.
Wow.
And I'd love to do that. I mean, a lot of it's just research with the town hall and checking deeds and then checking their property lines. But I remember my neighbor and I were having kind of a dispute on what she had and what I had, because I thought the tree was on her side, but the tree's on my side, and we got a branch, it's overhanging. It's a whole shit show.
Oh, great. That's fun.
But yeah, so I'd highly recommend land surveyor. And then one other one I said a while back were those people that drive in front of big 18-wheelers when they have wide loads. Those guys get paid a pretty penny. Every state, unfortunately, is a little different with that one, but mostly it's driver's license, good record, insurance, and one other thing. But that was an easy job. Everybody needs them. I always thought that those people had worked for the company, the trucking company. They don't. They're just freelancers. So I would highly recommend looking into that one. Obviously, landscaping. Everybody talks about it. It's one of the easier side hustles to do. I feel like if you're starting out as a teenager, you always go into landscaping, because I know Ryan, my buddy Ryan and I, we had our own little landscaping thing. We had a couple of houses we did when we were 15. We do it every summer, so that was kind of cool. But there's this guy, SB Mowing, and I always see his stuff on Instagram. They're always quick little shorts, but he's got the full video on his YouTube channel. So he'll just go to houses and he'll see how crazy the property is. Sometimes the houses are abandoned or foreclosed and nobody's lived there for months. Now everybody else's house on the street looks pristine and the walkway is beautiful, but this house is so overgrown that it's come through the walkway and everything. It just looks bad. So he'll knock on neighbors' houses or that house and say, hey, can I help you out? I'll mow this whole thing. And I do it for free. I just film the whole thing so I can put it on my YouTube channel. And I think he does maybe one free mowing a week. And the numbers that this guy does. And it's taking old school blue collar with little new school YouTube and stuff, but merging them together. And I bet you $5 that this guy makes more money on YouTube than he does actually landscaping. I'm sure he's got some amazing contracts.
For sure.
But this guy just put up a video 4 hours ago, 33,000 views so far in 4 hours.
Wow.
He has 1.23 million subscribers.
Holy crap.
I'm actually kind of in awe. 19 million views.
Like I said before, it's like we're transitioning into content of something being more valuable than it's actually worth in the real world, which is, I've never really said it like that before, and that's actually kind of scary to think about. The direction that we're heading. Not scary, but it's just mind-boggling. The fact that you can record yourself mowing the grass or cleaning windows. I've seen window cleaners do the same thing.
It's just that stupid satisfaction stuff.
We could start that with window cleaning. That'd be even easier.
You just...
Hey, I'll clean your windows for free. Then just record it, because people like watching a window being cleaned.
See, I wouldn't do window cleaning. You know what I do?
Why?
Do the moss. No, I've seen window.
Oh, the moss, like power washing that off?
Yes, the green shit on the side of the house. I feel like that's way more satisfying.
Satisfying too,
It's...
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know what? Let's do our house. Actually, no, we got a well. We power washed one of the walls once, and we ran out of water. It took 3 days for our well to fill up again.
Oh man.
Yeah. So you'd need one of those containers, and you'd have to have that filled somewhere else. For us, anyway. I'm not sure what it costs for... Paying for water is kind of like a mind-blowing concept for me. So if you pay for your water, I'm sorry, I just don't understand. But I don't know how much it would cost to use city water to pressure wash your house. But I wouldn't think it would be that much.
I don't know.
But yes. Now, just think about if you're a blue-collar guy, just actually start making YouTube videos about the stuff you know, and you'll be surprised at the money you'll actually make from that, because people want to learn how to do things.
Simple as that.
SB Mowing. You have to see these videos. I mean, when he does the walkway and when he trims the edges and stuff, it's...
He makes walkways just appear out of nowhere, they're all overgrown, and be like, hey, you had a walkway you didn't even know about.
Somebody lived there for 30 years, and there was just dirt and mud and grass just growing over a walkway, and they were surprised that it was there.
Insane.
It made their whole property pop.
That's insane.
The neighbors love him for it. But you have to see, wow, he's got another channel, SB Pressure Washing.
Oh, man.
He's got 232,000 subscribers. Yes, it's the same guy. It's driveways. He pressure washes driveways.
Yeah, I've seen those videos on shorts. They go insane. People do all patterns on the driveway, and then they erase it with the power washer. It's so cool.
When I see it, it just almost looks like asphalt. You think it's asphalt, and then when he puts it to you, holy shit, it's cement.
Yeah, it's cement, whatever.
Excuse me.
Yeah, it's insane. YouTube is crazy these days. Any video is crazy these days.
We're still doing really well with our Rust video, too.
Yeah, I had a good idea, but it's really saturated. I kind of knew this going into it, but I mean, there's a lot of saturated markets that you could succeed in. You know how people play those noises when they go to sleep? They'll play
white noise,
or they'll play rain, or they'll play a forest
whale sound,
or a campfire sound. You could upload videos like that to YouTube, And if you just loop the video over and over again, you can make it like hours long. But there's one tip that I have to share on that. So when you're uploading these videos, if you loop the video too many times, YouTube will notice. So what you have to do is put a timer or some type of script or text at the bottom that changes throughout the whole time. So then it doesn't get taken down.
Oh, no.
Flagged. Yeah.
What do you think?
So that's like a
shadow
good
ban it?
niche. Yeah, they like shadow ban it. That's a good niche to start out with if you want to just get on YouTube. And I bet there's an AI generator out there that can make you a scene in sound all in one go. And then you just loop that over and over again. And it's probably pretty easy to make these videos. And
It's a great way to get your foot in the door if you don't know how to make videos.
Yeah.
Because you
It's just a great way to try it. But you're not going to get a ton of views unless you have some like really out of the box way of doing it.
Yeah, I think something like that, you would have to pay YouTube to promote it.
Okay.
You'd have to do an ad on that so that when people search, white noise machine, go to sleep type thing, yours would be number one. Therefore, you could rack up the views, and then you might even be in the search results after some time.
Yeah, the search category is huge for that.
What you could do, a step up from that, is actually take different noises and upload them to sites that sell the noises. Because I know there were times that when I would actually create those videos, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and I would have to pay for like rain noise or a lightning noise or an owl noise. Well, now
you can get AI to do it.
I never thought of that. But I was just going to record the woods or when we had that crazy rainstorm.
Me too. I've thought about doing it. Maybe it would be more profitable if you did it that way because it would be a true like video of like a real place and you're not like generating it like everyone else. So maybe that'd be an even better way to go about it. Like literally just wait until it rains at your house. Or if you have birds chirping all day, film that too. Leave a camera out for 24/7 and then go take the footage when you want it.
Yeah, you can upload
that would work.
Pexels, Pixabay. I think those are free. What's that other one? Shutterstock, I believe.
Yeah, or just doing the YouTube channel. And
if you're going to do the YouTube channel and get those
sounds as well.
Yes.
So you could turn it into like a little like...
Try and figure out how to take that one piece of content and monetize it several times.
Yes. That's a good lesson right there.
Last thing I want to come up with was, my boss hates it, but it's called bead rolling. And it's not rolling beads for like necklaces. It's metal. You take pieces of metal and then it's kind of like repoussé where you just bring up pieces to make a sign, like it would say the Laporte. So it'd be a flat sheet of metal, but then the Laportes would all be raised lettering and stuff. And it's a beautiful art form when you can figure it out. Or if you just took like a little hammer and I don't know what they call those.
Like a flat sheet of metal?
Yeah. Yeah, and just kind of turn it into a sign, but it all pops out. Like,
Yes, it's like you put it in a die and you...
Yes. Yeah, it's 2 dies. And it just kind of like tips it up or tips it down. And I've seen guys do crazy like Looney Tune characters and stuff, or just geometrical art. So if you were an artist, I recommend getting into metal because I find that to be really cool. And it's a way to stand out because you're going against people who just do photography or paintings, and everybody seems to do that. Yeah. But the guys that I follow who do bead rolling, they're magicians with this bead roller, and it's not expensive at all. You can buy one at Harbor Freight for I think $100. It'll be smaller pieces, but I mean we use that stuff to, how in the truck bed it's got all those bumps, all the raises in the floor, it's like up down up down up down. It's something like that.
That's pretty cool.
It's if you ever come down to the shop, I teach you how to do that. I'll teach you to TIG weld, stick, whatever you want to weld.
Yeah.
You can even weld the car together. I don't care.
I'll have a piece on the car.
And that's the thing.
One little
that's
tack weld.
A lot of people like that though, because we're building we build these wire forms from pictures of cars that have never been made. Like
you showed me a picture of the car. It basically looked like a drawn picture, like a painting. And then you show me the wire form of the car, and you've got basically the whole body made up out of this wire that you bent, and it looks perfect. It looks just like the picture.
See, I want to actually
Just crazy. You do that. No build plans, nothing, straight up from the ground. Like, that is a true art form right there. Like that.
There's a lot of
That's
people who want
insane.
me to build wire forms. So if I actually just did that, I'm sure I could do pretty well just doing that. The problem is it takes so much time. And to be so precise, it is so hard when you bend that wire and then you're like, I'm an eighth of an inch off. And then you keep going down with that. That eighth of an inch becomes 3 inches and it's a whole thing. Now the wire form, it's wild.
It's crazy.
I don't know where else I was going to go with that. If I figure anything out, I'll say it
Oh,
afterwards.
so I've been sourcing products from Alibaba. I started out just kind of searching for the product I wanted. And then I would basically find all of the producers and then go on their profile and look at all their products, how they're produced. They have all the pictures and everything on there. And I would basically find like the top suppliers, right? And then I found this plugin or this website called Import Yeti.
Oh, okay.
And it lets you basically look up competitors' suppliers.
I've seen that.
And I figured out that the people in the same niche as me, electric skateboarding, I looked up 2 other stores, and I'm finding the same suppliers on Alibaba that I've been already looking at on my own. So I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. That's a good way to confirm. So get your product, go to Alibaba, figure out the main suppliers, or not suppliers, producers, because there are people who just buy the product and resell it.
Right.
So you want to find the main producers where it shows them making the physical product in their factory. And then after you do that, just go on Import Yeti, check out your competitors, see what they're doing. Maybe they have a US supplier or something like that, and they're not getting it from Alibaba. Yeah, that really helps. And then also, when you're setting up your store for the first time, I found this plugin, and it just allows you to import product listings a lot easier. Oh, nice. So say you're selling a product from Alibaba, and you got to get all the pictures onto your website, and you want like the specs of like how powerful something is, or like how wide something is, or something like that. It imports all of the product images and all of the specs in the description for you. And it's just like
super my problem. It's just such a hassle.
Yeah.
Copying and pasting and then formatting and everything.
Yeah.
There's a plugin for everything.
The plugin for importing the pictures in the product listing is called Importify. And I just paid for it. It was $15 a month. All of them cost money basically. So I just did that. And you got a Chrome extension that goes along with it. And you just kind of go on Alibaba, click on add product, and that's it. It's pretty simple. There is also a free option though. But what I found the issue with the free option is I'm pretty sure it's made by Alibaba as well. And it's a WordPress plugin. You just go to your plugins, hit add new, and then it's called Drop Shipping for Alibaba is the name of the plugin. And you download that and you log into your Alibaba on your WordPress store. And then you get this tab that comes up and it says drop shipping for Alibaba. But the thing is, they don't have all the product suppliers that they do on Alibaba originally. Like when I used the plugin, I couldn't find my supplier of electric skateboard parts.
Oh, wow.
I could find similar ones, but not the exact one I wanted. So it would work for most niches, but like really specific things won't be on there. But there's so much on there, and it's a free plugin too, and it's really helpful. It imports all the images, all the descriptions, nice and easy.
That's one thing. I know it's not blue collar side hustle, but that's one thing I really want to get into. I want to learn how to build plugins.
Yeah, plugins are useful. I said I wanted to build one the other day for ChatGPT to make a newsletter for you, like a newsletter builder.
Right.
That'd be pretty cool, but
cut that out. Don't steal that. That's ours.
Just sourcing on Alibaba is really weird because you have all these product suppliers and they produce, like, I'm looking at electric skateboard parts right now, and you got speed controllers, you got motors, and you got all different parts, like tires, for example. That's a simple one. They sell these off-road tires, right? And they'll have all different sizes. They'll have these rubber airless tires. I don't know if you've ever seen those.
Right.
They have like circles in them.
Yep.
And it's like just rubber.
Yep.
And it compresses. So they'll sell those. And then they'll have like 8 different listings for the same tire. And then they'll sell another tire that has an aluminum rim and an actual tire that you put air in. And they'll sell like 8 different types of those. And for each type, they have like 4 different listings. They'll all name different things, and it's so confusing to figure all of that out.
See, I don't know why you'd go get tires with air in them anymore. If you could get the airless tire, absolutely, especially where I work.
I want the tire with air. I want to see how that feels on a skateboard. That'd be so cool. But yeah, I want to see if they start producing those things for cars.
I thought they did. I think they're like
it's going to do nothing.
They're like profiles.
I think I've seen them, but
I don't think they have ones that...
I've never seen one in person.
Right.
On YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
They have them for tractors and stuff like that. Tractors use them.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
That's what they're starting with, I think. Because, it's slower moving and it's not as stressful.
Weird thing I wanted to say is, since we're talking about blue-collar stuff, you know what the number one most satisfying, happiest job is?
What?
Farmer.
Farmer?
Farmer. They do these studies every year. It's like the 10 most stressful jobs, and it's like the airline, the guy who makes sure that all the airplanes aren't going to like hit each other.
He's probably super stressed out.
Yeah, I think that's number one or number two. Firefighter, police officer, stuff like that. But then they also have the happiest jobs, and the happiest jobs all seem to be blue-collar jobs. Like I didn't see accountant as
there's something about going to work every day and putting in physical labor and getting that satisfaction of moving around and physically doing things.
I think that, it might be the farmer too. You're out in nature and you're just tilling up the dirt.
You're planting something, you're watching it grow, you're taking care of it.
Yes.
Tending to something,
I would assume, I don't think that farmers have a very easy or rich life. Rich meaning
they
make a lot,
lose all their crops one season and be completely
a big hailstorm came through. It's just God bless them, dude. The coolest thing though was your damn electric skateboard when you were over this past week. You told me about the electric skateboard, but I couldn't really comprehend your build, and I saw it and I was so impressed. You had those little boxes, and then you had that one thing, and you had that controller, and everything hooked up to the chucks or whatever the hell they're called, trucks or
the trucks.
Trucks. Yeah, it was just so wild. And you're asking me, oh, you want to get on it? Yeah, a 40-year-old guy who just can't really skateboard. I chose BMX, not skateboard. I know my limits. I know if I fell, I was dead. I got a death wish, just not with a skateboard. But you get on the thing, you just flew by me. I was kind of paranoid you were going to get hit by the cars.
Yeah.
Because there's no brakes on that thing.
There are brakes.
Oh, really?
Yep. The brakes recharge the battery, too.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
This is the... okay, so before you do whatever you're going to do tonight, you need to go home, and you just need to do an overview of the electric skateboard in your build. You don't have to take anything apart or anything.
I think the next video, I'm going to take everything apart and do like a whole build process of it.
Yeah. Tell them what the parts are and everything, and if you can find some of those parts on Amazon or something like them, I would do that first. Therefore, because it's a YouTube video, essentially you want them to click your affiliate link to Amazon or whatever it is, and buy that. But no, you really gotta do that video on that skateboard.
I'm working on the website right now a lot.
Oh, that's right. I had to take a look at that after.
I'm trying to make it simple for everyone to just go on and be able to pick different parts and stuff like that. Trying to label everything as like a simple name.
Oh yeah, you're trying
actually what it is.
And that's going to be unique to see because you are taking things that are already called something, but people don't understand that, and you're trying to dumb it down and create your own vocabulary for the pieces on the electric skateboard. Something that people don't normally Google. You're creating words, and that's wild. I applaud you for that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping it will work, but
I don't think it is the internet, but I wouldn't think there's not that many websites on electric skateboards.
No, there's not that many.
It's not something I knew about until I met you.
Yeah.
That's about it. I think we've actually exhausted all the, I exhausted all my blue-collar ideas. I thought we were going to really elaborate more on this stuff, but I think we hit the finer points, and that's good enough for me.
Yeah, the most important part is picking one thing and going out and trying and being consistent with it, because that's where you're going to see success with whatever you choose to do. So,
all right, don't just listen to us and be like, those are great ideas, and think about those ideas and then just never put any action into it, because I don't think you're going to be successful that way.
Yeah.
Call me crazy, but I think if you do nothing and just think about it, you're not going to be successful. But what do I know?
That's it for this week's episode of Coffee Milk. I'm Mitch DiPaolo.
I'm Mark Laporte. See you next week.